if I traded it all, if I gave
So welcome back, everyone. Now, my next guest is a newbie. I have with me Rosemary Rulka, and she is the owner of Rulka Consulting. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how you got started.
Well, I've been in the business of human resources for well over 30 years, but I started my independent consulting business in June of 2008 in Ohio. And then I moved out here approximately 4 years ago and started to be with family, and then I started it up again and have been very successful with it so far.
Well, tell everybody a little bit about what it is that you do with HR, and you're an outside source, so tell everybody what that is.
Yes, I am an independent contractor, which means that I work for many, many companies. I'm nobody's employee, but what I do is I provide HR services that normally you could only get if you hire somebody to come on and be your staff. But a lot of small businesses can't afford that, don't need it, don't want it. So I'm the solution for small businesses who need help with HR, whether it's something to do with getting set up in your department or making sure that everything is being done right, or you have a problem with an employee, whatever it might be. You need a handbook. You need to understand if you're paying your people right or not. You need help with performance evaluations, whatever it might be. My customer is typically a small company, under 100 employees typically. They normally don't have on-site HR, so I become their off-site HR, if you will. That's what I do.
You told me before you came on that you're nationwide.
Yes, because I have many clients who are based here in Arizona or in Ohio, because I still have a lot of my clients from Ohio, but they have distribution centers and sales operations and what have you scattered all over the United States. So as a result, I keep up with all of the laws in the states as well as the federal and what's going on here in Arizona.
Now, you're rated with the Better Business Bureau, and you work nationwide, so her number is 937-470-5790. Your website is Rulka, Rulka, consulting.com. We're going to open up the lines of the audience for people to be able to call in. What I love about this is something that people are going to learn and hear about that they might need. Mm-hmm. And you do offer free, there are 30-minute phone conversations that you offer, with people. But today you're going to offer a 3-hour consulting it's HR services that they're going to offer for them. So we're going to open up the lines for you to get that. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. That's 3 hours of consulting on any HR topic that you might need. So call in here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out. It's Rulka, Rulka, consulting.com. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about some of these things. Let me talk to you about your handbooks, okay? Do you do the writing of those,
yes,
or how does that work? Does somebody has no handbook at all? Can you start with them, or do they have to have one? How does it work?
I actually prefer if they don't, because I will always start over anyway. It's just simpler and easier, and I have a process that I've developed over the years. What I'll do is I'll sit down with them, and I go through a list of about 75 questions. Takes at least an hour usually to get all the answers that I need to tailor that book to what they want, and then I will sit down and write it. And along the way, they learn a lot, because I explain why we can do certain things and we can't do others, and how we have to word things, and the ins and outs, if you will, of why we do what we do. So by the time I get done, I usually end up with anywhere between 60 and 90 pages, depending on the size of the company and how many states they're in, because every state will need its own addendum as well. Sure. The handbook is your best friend if it's done right, and it's your worst enemy if it's done wrong.
So most every company need one?
Everybody needs one. Even if you only have one employee, you still want that employee to understand what your rules and regulations are and the consequences for not living up to your expectations.
Let me tell you about consequences. We need that big time right now, and everybody does need to understand it, because one little thing that you don't have in there they're going to get you for it, right? That's what they're there for.
Right. That's exactly right.
So you could call her. You work virtually? How does it work?
Yes, I work virtually, but if the client is local, it's in the Phoenix area, I like to go out and meet them first and get to know them a little bit. But after that, virtually everything I do can be done from home. I do orientations even for my clients in Ohio, and I do it on GoToMeeting. With the wonders of technology, I don't have to be there.
Right. Now, do you work valley-wide?
Yes.
So you'll
I
go
do.
Anywhere?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And within the valley, and then, as I say, that's usually just to get to know them and meet them, and after that, it's done virtually.
So you
phone
can,
and email and what have you.
You can call her direct. Her phone number is 937-470-5790. It's Rulka, Rulka Consulting.com. She does offer free 30-minute phone consultations, but she's going to offer for everyone today to get entered in to win 3 hours of consulting on any HR topic that you might have, that you might need. She works nationwide. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. What is an HR audit?
Well, an HR audit is a process of reviewing all of the documents that are kept within your HR department. It's everything from making sure that your posters are up, your files are set up correctly, the forms are right, everything that has to do with the paper, if you will.
Do those happen often?
Typically, it's good for a company to do an HR audit when they're first setting up. If you've never had one, it's a good thing to do. It helps you make sure you're doing everything legally and you're compliant. And even if you've been around for a while and you haven't done it in 3 or 4 years, it's good to just have a second pair of eyes come in and look things over and make sure everything is okay.
So you do that as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what is the biggest mistake that employers make with their employees?
Absolutely. The worst mistake they make is to ignore bad behavior. It never, ever, ever gets better. But I've seen it happen a million times where they will ignore the bad behavior and hope it gets better, and then they're 10 years down the road and they come to me and say, I just have to do something about this employee. Well, it's going to take time because you've waited too long, and now we have to be fair to the individual. We have to consider our ethical considerations, and I could probably help them, but it's going to take time, and there is no easy fix when it's gone on for 10 years.
Right. Now, when somebody has this, is this where that handbook comes in?
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
Do you specialize in handbooks for companies?
It's not really a specialty per se. It's just part of my repertoire, if you will, of what I do. A typical day, I might be working on a handbook. I might be doing a compensation plan, helping out with the performance evaluation, looking at an employee's file to, for one reason or another, and lots of questions on the phone.
I bet you.
I keep busy.
I bet you. It does sound like it. And for a business that's listening, give them an idea of what type of business. Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. I have every kind of business you can think of, from publishing and printing and retail and software development and medical and you name it.
I'll tell you something. Even if you own a spa, you need to have, those are your employees.
Yes.
Even if they're not, they might be independent, but still, they're in your place. You need to make sure that it's all done correctly.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's right.
Again, she will work valley-wide, but she's also nationwide. She will come to you here in the valley. Nationwide, she can work basically virtually.
Yes.
Her phone number direct is 937-470-5790. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. Her website is Rulka, Rulka Consulting.com. She does offer free 30-minute phone consultations, but today she's offering for everyone that's listening that would be interested in this a 3-hour consultation, and that gets any HR topic that you need. So call in here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Why do employers want to work with you?
Because they know that I know my stuff, so to speak. I've always been told that I really understand the business and what they're up against. I myself am a small business owner. I will work with them and help them to. I teach them, not just you have to do this, you have to do that, but I help them to understand the why and the wherefore and what to do better going forward.
So a lot of people out there are starting a new business. Mm-hmm. They would be somebody that they can call you. It would be a good time to do that.
Yes.
But what what happens if someone's been in medicine for a long time and it's never really, had that person to even come in and do that?
Well, I run into that all of the time, and that's what I specialize in. I'll simply go in and assess where we're at and let them know what we need to do differently, what they're doing right, continue to do it, what we need to do differently, and then I can either teach them how to do it or I can help them by doing it myself.
Again, that's Rulka, RULKA, consulting.com. Her phone number direct, it's 937-470-5790. She works nationwide. She is rated with the Better Business Bureau. Here in Arizona, she will come to you and do the consultation right there. She does do free 30-minute phone consultations, but right now we're going to let everyone keep on calling in. You're getting that 3-hour consulting with her with any HR topic. Everyone's getting entered in to win. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. That's Rulka, RULKA, consulting.com.
Be mine.